Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Proverbs with Paul in the afternoon. We're looking at Proverbs chapter 1, and today we're looking at verse 15. It says, "My son, do not walk in the way with them. Keep your feet from their paths." My son. Solomon is talking and he's saying, in effect, he's saying, my son, meaning anyone that would prepare to be a student of Solomon, anyone that would be willing to listen to the great wisdom that Solomon has presented to the world in his time. And he wants people to gain the insight and the understanding that he's gained. So you have to ask yourself the question, do you want to be a student of wisdom? Because Solomon is known as the wisest man in all the earth. And so when he presents truth, he's presenting it because he has a flamboyancy about his experiences. And every experience that possibly could have been engaged in, Solomon had journeyed along that way. So when he speaks, he's speaking one with authority about what he knows is now right. And so when he says, my son, he invites you to be his student. And then he says, do not walk in the way of the wicked. And we already established that the wicked walk an evil way. And when they gather together as a corporate body of people, they become a mass of evil. And that's true not just for individuals. That's not just true for a small group of people, but that's true for a nation or for a conspiracy or anything of that nature which comes together and seeks after doing bad. Solomon says, do not walk in the way that they walk, meaning don't get involved in their level of activity. As Christians, we have been invited to, as it were, surrender to the wisdom of Jesus, who has given us the revelation of the Father in a fuller understanding that we could ever imagine. And so we're looking to be guided by truth and understanding, and not to walk in the ways of evil, but to walk in the ways of righteousness, of good. And when we walk in the way of wrong, we know what we're doing is wrong. There is something instinctive in us that rises up and says to us, that's not the right way to walk. And listen to the words of Solomon when he says, my son, do not walk in the way of the wicked, the way of these fellows who would pursue evil. No, walk, my son, in the ways of good. Avoid evil at every cost. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.